All right. All right. Welcome to Ventnor City, New Jersey for the 58th annual Goudy Rescue Races. I'm honored to be here with one of my best friends and fellow rowers, Sean Duffy. Unfortunately, he's not going to compete tonight. You know, we're not going to see him, but I think it's going to be pretty fun to get some analysis from him tonight.
I'm super excited to be here tonight, Alex. Growing up, the Goudy's Rescue Race was my favorite race to go to, and able to watch, it really shows what we do. It showcases rescuing and how we handle ourselves in the boat, how we handle ourselves swimming. And I'm one of those competitors. I actually swam in this race before I rowed, so I know a little bit about it. And super excited to be here tonight.
Yeah, and I just saw on the screen we had Brigantine going by. Very senior crew of Scott Betson out there in the bow. You're going to see a lot of older guys jump in this race, you know, stand partners, and it's going to showcase the abilities that these lifeguards have.
Yeah, a lot of beach patrols changed it up. They don't row with their normal partners in this race. A lot of guys will pick their stand partner, which is always fun because, you know, like we said, we do a drill every day. You know, a lot of times it's a doubles rescue. Sometimes we'll do a swim and a doubles rescue, and you know, a lot of these guys have some harmony just the way that they work together. So this is going to be exciting to watch. We have a prevailing northeast wind today. All day it's been about 15 miles per hour. So that's going to set a little bit of a test to some of the competitors who are used to having a course holder out there tonight, which you're not allowed to have in the Goudies because you don't have someone checking your course when you're rescuing someone. And the sea is, it's about 1 to 2 feet, but there could be some waves and, some sea shooting, or those that from the south call it some tilling coming in.
Oh, tilling, love it. Yeah, so when we're looking at the pictures here, like Sean said, it's going to be anybody's match tonight to take it home. It's a lot different rate. It's a lot different than the race we saw last week.
I just want to give a quick shout out because on the screen they just showed Kyle DeRue, and an article came out today. Kyle DeRue and his stand partner up in Atlantic City, that's Kyle walking off there, had a big rescue and pulled a guy out of the water. Started CPR, gave him one shock, brought him right back to life. That's what it's all about. That's what we do here. And I believe it was Kyle and Mark Giannini. Kyle's a Margate fireman, and Mark is a Pleasantville fireman. So, yeah, their expertise is why it's important to have experts out here doing this job every day.
Yeah, it's a lot different today than when we first started, 25, 27 years ago, right, for you this year?
29.
29, wow. 29.
Made it when I was 14 on Absecon Island. This is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, so it's a lot different. I mean, we're seeing a lot more of this, and, we have after-hours crews, and it's why it's so important, because we say this all the time, good racers make good rescuers, and this is going to, put that on tonight. As far as what would you think, Sean? You've rode in this a bunch of times. What's some things these racers need to know about tonight? What's some keys to success?
The key to success in the rowing, I'm going to say, is one, a good clean start, getting out through the waves. I had the other night in South Jersey's first time in 20 years. I had a boat full of water going out. So, you never know with Mother Nature, but a good clean start and, a good course out to the bag. And when you get to the bag, being quick, power flopping that bag right into the boat and going. It is crucial crucial that you're able to, in this wind, you might run over your bag. You could miss your bag. The one year I did the Goudys, I had to jump out and get the victim, which was the bag, because we weren't getting back to it. So, needless to say, we ended up second to last that year in it, but, that's part of it. And, but getting the bag in and then just a good, clean, high rate going back into the beach and a straight course. Getting out of your boat and sprinting up the beach with two hands on the bag. That's what's key. We got a low tide tonight, which is going to make the run a little bit longer. And I'll say the sprint at the end of the Goudys sometimes is harder than rowing a full doubles race, just because your heart rate is going when you're running full speed carrying a 50-pound bag.
Yeah, so if you're in the doubles, like bowman or sternman, what do you like to get the bag? I've
always been a fan of the bowman getting it. You want to put the weight in the bow of the boat just to keep the bow down. It'll help you getting on some waves coming in. But everyone has their technique. And, I've seen plenty of crews grab it from the stern and be successful. So it's really your preference. The big thing, and you can see there's a long rope at the end of these bags when you look up when the bags are in play here. You could run over the bag, and that's the end of it. There's a shot of our brand new boat there. I got to say, when we got it the other day, I wasn't sure if we were going to race it in the jerseys. We went out, and it was fast. And tonight, the boys are ready to rock.
Yeah, I was surprised you saw that through the new South Jersey champ, Brendan Savell right there. That was, that beautiful orange boat, brigantine pride right there. Sorry, you got to,
all the credit
to right there,
the
looking like an absolute stud, ready to rock.
So, the key with the swim, is, this is not just the fastest swimmer that can win this race. It is the person who has the strength to be able to pull in this bag. I was a 100-meter breaststroker in high school. I ended up getting sixth in the Goudys, and which for me was excellent because, I'm not the fastest swimmer, but I had the power to be able to pull that bag in. I'm going to say the legends in this race, I got to give a shout out to Mike Tribushin back in the early 2000s. Mike would swim this as it was a rescue, no goggles on, and absolutely crush everyone. So I had to give him a shout out because I don't think I've seen anyone since him, perform in the Goudys as well. So
we got a little shot of the new South Jersey champs, Avalon there.
Congratulations, Avalon Beach Patrol.
Beach Patrol hosted it this year, and next year they're going to do it again. So we'll be excited to see that. It is sad this time of the year being the last race. It's kind of the change of the season, but we still have a lot of summer. We were talking about. There's still about 20 days left before the end of Memorial Day, as we're both teachers, that we have to head back to school, which we don't like to talk about. But this is really the fourth quarter for us. We have a hurricane coming up next week. People still want to come to the Jersey Shore and enjoy our beautiful beaches. So as the college kids are leaving, we're kind of figuring out moving stands, trying to keep beaches open as much as possible. And I think this is just a really fitting race this time of year that we're jumping in.
Absolutely. You have a lot of kids that have gone back to college. This gives an opportunity for some people who may have not competed. You could see some career starters in racing from the Goudys. We've had a lot of people over the years, this is their first race. They get excited, how they do here. And over the years, they end up, being the future competitors for the Beach Patrol. Just saw on screen, I got to give a shout out to my man, Eric Funk. When I was 16, 17 years old, he transferred to Longport, taught me how to shoot C's. I've never seen anyone bow steer as well as him, and I've been trying to emulate it ever since. So, he's one of the judges tonight here on the at the Goudys.
Yeah, and then we got Lieutenant Canavan here real late in the year. First time for this. He's a Southern guy, always got ahead early. So it's always good to see the older guys hanging out with Sean O'Neill, big volleyball coach at ACIT this year. He's looking to win a state title. He was telling me earlier today. I know. As we were talking about this, how are your kids feeling for school this year? Are they excited? What are the vibes in the Duffy house?
They're excited. They got John's going into kindergarten, so that's a big step, and Brody going into 5th grade. So they're watching from home today. So what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
So it looks like we got a really good straight line on the flags tonight. I got to give a shout out to Ventnor Beach Patrol, going out in the honking Northeast and getting those flags straight. There was an email that went out today. This is kind of interesting. Chief Funk sent an email, and it went to all the chiefs. Just kind of, he wants to be transparent. Yesterday they were setting the flags, and all of a sudden one flag started moving on its own.
Ooh.
They followed it for approximately 15 minutes as it traveled out to sea. They estimated approximately 2 miles. He says it was nothing mechanical moving it. Their thought is that it could have possibly been a shark. It is the 50th anniversary of Jaws, so, who knows? But, we told our swimmer that today, and she got a little scared, but, it is the ocean. It's where they live, and, it can make a little bit of excitement down here.
Well, I'm happy I'm in here tonight, not out there. I'll tell you that much, Sean. Yeah, that's not fun, but probably nothing to worry about, but it is always good to let them know to swim a little bit faster tonight. That could have been it, too. Looks like we're getting these boats kind of getting close to the water edge. I know a 6:30 start is what everybody is aiming to get. So we have right there Ocean City Beach Patrol, Jameson. What else do we have going on?
Yeah, why don't we go through the list of competitors in the doubles tonight? From Brigantine, Matt Dolan is rowing with Brennan Savell. Brennan Savell, winner of the South Jerseys the other night with his brother Joey. Joey, I'm assuming, went back to Cornell. Joe Russell for Atlantic City with Taylor Dirks. From Ventnor, Ben Werber and Teddy Bergman. Ben Werber is a rower at Drexel University. From Margate, Jim Swift and Thorne Swift. From Longport, my man, Joe Costa and Tim Schwagman. From Ocean City, Matt Oves and Jay Stokes. From Upper Township, Jimmy Nilsson and Joe O'Neill. From Avalon, Gary Nagel and Noah Nagel. From North Wildwood, Kevin Quinn and Dante DeFrucio. From Harvey Cedars, the legend himself, Randy Townsend and Jenna Parker. Jenna Parker is a multiple-time champion in the Cape May Women's Challenge, so it'd be exciting to see them out there today.
Yeah, it's great to see him out there. I mean, when you think of him, you think paddleboarder. I mean, that guy was absolute stud
one of the best
ocean,
surfers to come out of New Jersey.
Yes.
From Long Beach Township, Josh Bly and Zach Rubin. From Cape May, Andrew Trevison and Mike Fitzpatrick. Mike's been rowing singles all year, so it'll be exciting to see him in doubles. From Diamond Beach, Joe Taylor and Mike Drum. From Lavalette, Joe Cosino and Scott Darby. Joe has been around in rowing in lifeguarding and rowing for, I think he's in his 60s. So it's great to see him out here still doing it. It's an inspiration to me. Island Beach Park, Corey Matthews and Mark McDermott. I'm calling them as kind of some underdogs who, last year they showed up to the Hammer Row and placed third place. So exciting crew to see. And from Wildwood, Pat Capone and Mike Tynany. So it looks like we're getting ourselves situated. We're on the rollers. Gross, when you set up your beach every day, do you put a double roller on there or one roller and another one keeping the balance with the wind? So
I'm old school. We have the B and the E. I like one up on the front on the B and one on the back on the E for Brigantine, and it sits right there on the keel. Perfect. I like it. It's great for the pictures, but also it's great for rescuing. You got a boat run. There's nothing easier than pushing a boat into the water, obviously at the water's edge.
On the screen, we just had Matt Wolf, chief of the Avalon Beach Patrol. Again, congratulations, Matt. Talking to Ward Holland. Ward is a legend who has taught so many kids in our area how to row lifeguard boats, also how to row, he is the president and has taken over the Viking, or he's been running the Viking Rowing Foundation, who's one of our sponsors tonight. So it's great to see him down on the beach today. That is also, usually in the booth here is Megan Holland, who is a lieutenant on the Beach Patrol, who's running the race tonight. That's her dad. Yeah, and talk about Megan and Fran. They've done such a great job here. It's I get nervous just filling in for those two, and I think Fran's DJing, which he was a DJ, if I don't recall, at your... I got to give Fran a huge shout out. Fran has, he DJ'd my wedding. He's DJ'd multiple Duffy Cleary family weddings, and he actually DJ'd my father's funeral, and it made the night a good night. So it looks like they're getting ready. The lane assignments are up. They're up. Let's do this. There's you can see a couple different crews have different styles. It looks like the Island Beach State Park guys have their helmets on. You know, they do that up north. Got Joe Costa, Tim Schwagman. They were the winners of the rescue race at the AC Classic this year. So I'm going to say that they might be the favorite right now for this.
All right. As we get ready, you know, we got a minute or so. What's going through your head before a race?
Couple deep breaths. Just try to stay relaxed, clean strokes. Don't miss water. You know, and get in the boat. That's the key. Get in the boat.
I mean, I see them all up. I think they're just waiting to drop. Oh, no, that wasn't it. All right. Yeah, and you can see here some of the boats are put up on the stern and some are on the bow. You get that one roller.
Here we go. It looks like they're getting ready here. Shout out to Chris Den, who just walked by. He's also another one of our sponsors here, owner of Oar House and Van Dyne Boats. You know, I got to say, I got new oars this year, new boat, and I feel like we're going fast. So
I'll tell you what, I got a tour of the whole factory the other day. I mean, it was just awesome, him showing me the stuff he's making out there. And really excited. I think he's really, you know, jumped into this new role of his really well.
All right. It looks like we are on the line, ready to go. And they're off. It's full speed right here. I want to make sure you get a clean grab of your thole pins.
Here we go, North Wildwood.
That's Joe Costa jumping right in. Tim Schwagman. Oh, little slip up. You got to be smart. Got to take your time. Sometimes slow is fast and fast is slow.
You know what I love about this too is it really shows how important it is to pop those oars. Like Ocean City, I think that's Ocean City right there. They just missed their pop, and it looks like Longport is off. A little bit of water there. Tim and Joe looking good. Ventnor, man, great out. Ventnor got a wave coming
in lane one. Get over it. There they go. Good. That's solid. Taking a look, it also looks like Atlantic City is on the move. So as we're watching here, North Wildwood, nice clean strokes. These boys have come a long way over the past year.
And another wave right there, but it's going to be fun coming in. Sean, we've coached crew, 13 years, I think, together, something like that. And I see him right here with the stroke coach. I mean, things don't change sometimes. Sean, give us some strokes. What do we got going on here? Strokes per minute.
I got Ventnor run at about 35 strokes.
Yowza.
And Longport is going to come in probably around the same. You know, Longport's sitting about a 38, which is great.
And it's great because, you know, you're looking back. The flag turn is huge.
Longport at the bag first, followed by, looks like, Ventnor and Atlantic City. You know, you get a good, clean bag. Joe Costa with the power flop right in there. Atlantic City, the stern man grabbed it, and they are already moving in.
Wow, that was a great grab.
Phenomenal.
That was, whew.
So it looks like Brigantine right there grabbing from the stern. And if I'm reading this right,
it looks like they're caught up a little bit.
It looks like you have Longport, Atlantic City, Island Beach State Park,
and they might have a little
battling
swell
through. I said those Island Beach State Park guys, they can row. They put in a lot of time. So Joe Russell in the bow, he's an Atlantic City High School graduate. I was on the swim team back in the day.
It's gonna be a foot race here, Sean. We definitely are gonna have.
This is gonna come down to it. Hopefully there's some waves and can have some fun here. So.
Oh, here we go. And you're thinking right now, these two boats next to each other, they don't want to lock up.
It looks like AC starting to move here, and that's
They're
key as
on the same
well.
wave. I mean, stay on the same wave, but don't lock up. Because then, you know, sometimes you get those crews on the outside to take advantage of that.
Tim Schwagman jumping back. He is a former Shoot the Seas champion. Possible Shoot the Seas race this week. Atlantic City coming out of the boat quick. Got to get both hands on there. Island Beach State Park right behind him. And right now, unofficially, we're looking at Atlantic City, Island Beach State Park. I know Longport was right up there with them, so it's any one of those three coming through. So Ventnor Beach Patrol running up right now. Yeah, full speed. Let me tell you, I've seen my rowing partner, Mike McGrath, have to go on oxygen after running up with the bag at the end of this. So, you know, this drains you so much getting out of the boat and having to run just that extra, 40-yard sprint.
Yeah, and I mean that's the reality of racing. I mean, and why we're on the beach, because when the situations, it doesn't end there on the shore, right? When we have people in the boat, we're working on them, we're getting them there. We don't know if they've taken water on. So this is just, why we train and why we do what we do. Looks like Margate's coming in.
Alex, a lot of people have asked me why at 42 years old I still try to race and compete. And a large part of it for me is like, I'm going to stop doing this job when I don't think I can go on a rescue and be able to handle it. And a lot of it for me is just training. And I know that if there's a rescue, let's say in the Longport Inlet, I got to be able to go from 0 to 100 in less than 5 seconds. So the training for this job, that's why the competition is so important for us to continue doing it and doing it well.
It's true. And at the end of the day, the important part is making sure everybody goes home at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And taking care of our patrons. And we have an interview. We're going to go right to our interview right now with the first place crew. Okay, they're getting ready for that interview. It looks like as we're coming in, they're setting up for the next race. The next race we're going to have is going to be the swim. The swim. So you want to go through? Right now we have James Haney for Brigantine, Adam Bailey, Atlantic City, Sam Smith for Ventnor, Zach Vassar for Margate. Had a great swim right in the jerseys. We have Olivia Wainwright from Longport, Will Seaman from Ocean City, Bill Jenkins, Upper Township, Tim Hanaway, Avalon, Matt Kimbrell, North Wildwood Beach Patrol, J.J. Freeman, Harvey Cedars, Patrick Fanshui, Long Beach Township, Clay Stevens, Cape May, Nick Patino, Diamond Beach, Adam McCramey, Lavalette, Drew Westhoven, Island Beach State Park, and Brandon Aceveo, Wildwood. And here we go for the interviews.
All right, thanks so much. And is that Sean Duffy in that commentary booth? Longport Lieutenant, stud rower. Nice jacket, Sean. Glad to see you here. Hey, I'm here with the winners of the doubles race tonight, Joe Russell and Taylor Dirks of the Atlantic City Beach Patrol. Guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
You got to be proud. You guys have so many rescues up in Atlantic City. This is specifically showing off those rescue skills. You got to be proud to win this and get the W here tonight.
Yeah, I think our chief puts a lot of pressure on this to win this every year, just because we do make the most rescues at all these beaches. So it's something we're used to doing every day, and we rode a great race. Joe hit the bag perfectly, and I was able to get the bag up and came in good. So it was a fun race.
Joe, tell me a little bit about that. You guys really did row the perfect course out there. From the start to the turn, caught a wave in. Tell me a little bit about your strategy.
Yeah, I mean, we practiced a good amount of times, and we decided which way we wanted to take the turn, and just was able to hit it. Dirk's got the bag off as fast as I've seen, so, I mean, that's all that really mattered. Once it was turning towards the beach, it was go time, so.
What's next for you guys? Finishing up the summer, and then what?
Yeah, I'm going back to my job in New York City as an accountant, so super fun stuff. And,
got a long season on the beach, and then hopefully get on the Ventnor Fire Department.
That's terrific. Congratulations, guys. Great race tonight. Appreciate it. Alex and Sean, back to you.
Congratulations, guys. That was a great row. Got to say, the dream of being a fireman, so you can keep doing this job for a long time, is where it's at. And Taylor making it work, being an accountant in New York and still being a lifeguard in Atlantic City is unbelievable. So congratulations, fellas.
Probably saving people money in the winter and saving lives in the summer. I don't know. That's pretty outstanding. Looks like they're kind of getting set. They're setting their flags right now. Sean, tell us a little bit about right now how that important is to set your flag, because I've seen and been a part of a couple Goudys where that rescue can just float right off that flag, that bag.
It's important. Just like my strategy tonight would be to hit the flag from the north side. Because if you hit it on the south side, there's a good chance you're going to run over that bag, or you'll drift past it. The other thing I'd say is coming into it, you want to almost slow down just so you don't breeze right past it. You're going to see that quite often. So how about we give a quick little shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Big one, Stampone, O'Brien, Dilsheimer, and Holloway Law. I've been involved in so many races where these fellows have been the #1 supporter, and especially down south, the Satnick Foundation races, the around the Cape, the Cape to Cape, the Around the Island Row, which is next Tuesday. I'm super excited for that race. It's one of the hardest races, hardest challenges around, but you have to give it a try if you haven't. Also, the Viking Rowing Foundation. It's where almost all of us learned how to row in a crew boat around here. Calvi Electric. Owner George Brestel is a former Atlantic City lifeguard and always supports all the races. Orehouse and Van Dyne Boats. We're just talking about the advancements that they've made have really helped in the past couple of years, especially with the oars. So Doc's Fitness, AJ Holland. He is a former Ventnor lifeguard. He is the man when you want to go to kettlebell workouts. It's right at the Viking Rowing Club upstairs. You show up pretty much any morning. He's in there getting people worked out. Wintertime, he'll get you doing cold plunges in the back bay, etc. Stone Crafters, that's Bill Millar, another former Ocean City lifeguard. And the Millar family and Ocean City Beach Patrol have been always a long-time supporter of all lifeguard racing. I know that my brother got his work done for his kitchen through Stone Crafters and turned out beautiful. And, Swift Law Firm, they're a local law firm, and the Swift family are legends in lifeguarding. Let me tell you something. Jim Swift has rowed around the island 30 sometimes. The last year he did it with his daughter. Always impressive, and he gives 100%. Brother John Swift, Atlantic City lifeguard, is rowing singles this year. I'm super inspired by these guys to be able to still be doing this, and I'm hoping that it's the same thing for myself.
And you can't forget Tom.
Listen.
You cannot. I've worked my old stand partner in Brigantine. I think
So it looks like we're ready for the swim here. Talking about Tom Swift, he's the legend of all swimmers. I'm sure he's got a couple Goudy's championships.
So who do we like here in this? It's a shorter swim, right? It's not as long. Who do you think this favors?
This is, I'm going to say Zach Vassar is definitely, he's got to be the top contender looking at this list. Zach swims at Columbia. He's a distance swimmer. This is a shorter swim, but I also got to say, Gross, and I think you're going to agree with me here, James Haney. He's a legend in this area when it comes to swimming and distance.
Absolutely, and Absecon Island, that's his backyard.
It is his backyard. He has proven himself year after year in these races. So,
and a great kid. Oh, and here we go.
I got to give a shout out to my girl Olivia Wainwright, though, the only female swimmer tonight. She is about to start her career at Bucknell next week. She's one of the top female swimmers in our area as well. Olivia, the other day, she said, I want to swim off in the Goudies, and she placed second behind Mason Boucher. Mason wanted to do the combo, so Olivia said she's up for the challenge. So it's going to be exciting to watch.
That's awesome. Love that. Man, they're out throwing some strokes right now, just going right through it, little wave, just right through it. It's not even big enough, it looks like, to kind of dolphin dive under. They're just going right to it, like you said earlier. So
a big key here with the swim is having your point, especially tonight in this prevailing northeast wind, and making sure that you're keeping yourself, in line right to your flag and going to your flag. We had in the past one time a Sea Isle swimmer grabbed our bag and swam it all the way in. Our swimmer got out there and he didn't have a bag at his flag. So you want to make sure that you go to the right flag, and you're quick with the bag, just like it is with the row. So this is going to be an exciting one to watch. They're about halfway.
Shot. Yeah, right
they're about
there.
halfway out right now. It is looking like lane 2. I gotta say it, James Haney, and lane 4. It looks like, or lane 3, Billy Jenkins. Lane 4. Sorry, as well. From Long Beach Township, Patrick Fanshaw. So this is exciting.
It's fun to get these northern towns down here, and we all race against each other. We bang heads, but at the end of it, we're always just trying to improve our style of life saving and kind of being on the same page. And it's just fun when we see how many different crews from all over New Jersey are coming.
Lane 14 up there too. I could see Zach Vassar. He's holding his own right now. So, yeah, that's Zach Vassar right now up there, about to get to the bag.
So let's see.
Lane 13 as well. Harvey Cedars, J.J. Freeman. He looks like he's at the bag. So this is exciting.
Yeah, and Fenner, what a great job, whoever set those flags. I mean, they are as straight can get.
I got to say, like, over the years racing in Ventnor, I can remember having South Jerseys where it was blowing northeast so hard that Billy Howard said that the southern boundary was the Ventnor Pier, and if you can't finish within the Ventnor Pier, you shouldn't be in the race. And there were some boats that didn't cross, and he was out there all day setting the flags. So, yeah, got to give a shout out to my man Billy Howard.
Absolutely, talk about legends.
Yeah, legend in the swim. You know, his wife's my next door neighbor, so I'm always talking about
swim
Billy.
Coach, Atlantic City High School.
That right there is Zach Vassar in the blue cap, the Cornell cap there. So it looks like he is stroke for stroke with who's next to him. You know, and this is the hard part. Like, we were talking about it today at headquarters. Do you want a longer strap? Do you want a shorter strap? The longer strap's going to cause a little bit more drag, but it might be a little bit easier to pull. So everyone's got their own technique. The craziest technique I've ever seen in this, Brigantine legend lifeguard. Sven Peltonen went out with about a 50-yard line and was trying to swim in all the way to the beach and then pull the bag in. A for effort. It didn't work that day, but I love the guy, and I got to give him credit. Like, you know, so it looks like Zach Vassar right here is starting to pull away up in the upper lanes.
Yeah, we were actually today. We were going over a different style. Chief Emick and I, and he put something together that was pretty nice. You know, I won't share the secrets here. I don't want to give them all away, but it was a new style that I really liked, and it wasn't 50 feet. I can tell you that much. But
yeah, that night it was like the landline. Zach trying to stand up, still a little bit deep for him. You know, he's putting on a show right here, though. And it looks like the Lavalette swimmer right behind him. Talking to them at the AC Classic, they've got some stud swimmers. You know, they've got a good feeder up there of club programs that definitely, you know, they've tapped into.
And that's a big thing. And as you see these guys coming through the surf, I mean, it's do you stand up and, you know, as when you start training and swimming, it's always take a wave all the way to the beach and hold your breath and ride it. But the problem is when you have this 50-pound bag, you know, it's you're not catching that wave all the way.
There goes Zach right now, about to stand up, running it in, hugging that bag. Lungs are burning, the legs are burning. Full speed all the way through the line. Unofficially, it looks like Zach Vassar is going to be the winner from Margate.
All right, we have some other crews.
All right. It is hard to tell here. We got a close finish between these two right here. Yeah, last year's winner in this was Tanner Innes from Atlantic City. Not sure if he was back today, but
we'll just have to wait till we get to the interview for the unofficial.
To wait to get the official results.
Official results. Remember, everything we do is unofficial up here because sometimes the angles aren't perfect, and but man, they do such a great job with these shots. I was sitting with Paul Savell the other day, and he was showing me a 1985 footage of the South Jerseys, and it looked like they were off the back of a boat. And it was
1985 in Wildwood Crest. I've watched that video so many times.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
I believe Fran was rowing singles.
He was. Who was the other person, you know? Bill Baldwin.
Bill Baldwin.
We were going over that today. And I say I've known Sean a long time. We've coached together, and he is an almanac of lifeguard racing. I mean, if you need to know what the conditions were of the South Jerseys in 2003 and who rode, and probably from, what do you say, 98 maybe?
I know dumb facts about lifeguard racing, and you know, I found a statistic the other day. I was going to wait to talk about it with singles, but it looks like we're about to get into an interview here. So here we go.
Zach Vassar out of Margate. Congratulations, Zach.
Thank you.
Zach, this is your fourth time doing this race. What was you're having a great season here. What were the keys to the victory tonight?
I mean, obviously this one's shorter than most, a little different, but a little bit more of the same. So kind of keeping the same mindset. You're looking for the course, looking back, but back's a little fun, but you just got to know to go fast your way out. Come back in's a little tough, but got it done.
I noticed you didn't trip coming in this year. That was good. I know you like it longer.
Yes.
How about the sprint though tonight? Does it suit you? Look like it suits you as well.
I mean, still like not an absolute sprint. It was still probably like 300, but still enjoyed it. Got the win, so obviously not complaining. Obviously distance is my specialty, but no complaints. It was a fun one, so happy you got it done.
That's great. You gotta love getting the W here tonight. This is the essence of lifeguarding, a simulated rescue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, this is what we practice every day at the beach, so getting to do this, I guess. If anyone's drowning in Margate, know you'll be safe, and that's all.
Coming up towards the end of the summer here, Zach, you're heading off to Columbia in the fall?
Yes, gonna be a junior at Columbia, and looking forward to it.
That's terrific. Thank you so much, Zach. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Alex and Sean, back to you.
Family owned and operated since 1909, Calvi Electric Company is a staple in the South Jersey community. While earning a reputation for excellence with commercial, industrial, and institutional clients, Calvi has always been committed to service. And now, with the expansion into the residential market, we're able to provide electrical services to all of our neighbors. Whether you have an electrical emergency, need to become code compliant, or just a need to upgrade, Calvi is committed to providing all of our customers quality, competitive services and pricing. No job is too big or too small. Please visit calvielectric.com to learn more about our history and capabilities, or call us 609-345-0151.
What's justice to a team with well over a century of combined legal experience, with over 15,000 personal injury cases won and a 99% success rate? It's a decision to speak up for the vulnerable and help them find their voice. It's a stance to never settle for less than you deserve and always demand the utmost respect. Because justice isn't a destination, it's something you work for, you fight for, with every case and every client. At Stampone, O'Brien, Dilsheimer Law, we weren't always the big kid on the block. We know what it's like to be overworked and underappreciated in a community of proud, hardworking people who pour their heart and soul into everything they do. We know that either you run the day or the day runs you. So to all our friends, family, neighbors, and clients who have suffered injury at the hands of another, it's time to seek out the justice you deserve. It's time to seek out Stampone, O'Brien, Dilsheimer Law.
And we are back, getting ready for the combo swim and doubles. This is kind of one of the main events here because it's something that we don't often see it at many races. So it'll be exciting to watch because you got to have a fast swimmer, but you have to have a crew that can navigate the water as well in order to find their swimmer out there. We always kind of had a joke where someone would be screaming and yelling as they're swimming in, so you kind of had an idea where they were. And I'm not going to lie, the reason why we're on the black boat tonight is so that the swimmer can see who it is coming in. So that was, when I say we, I mean Longport.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're happy you're here with us tonight. I'll tell you how much. So this is fun. Like we've, one of the old guys for us is Michael Brooks. He was kind of a technician in this, and he was the go-to guy through the water. And it's going to be fun because this year we have a young. We got to give a big shout out to Mayat Sal, former swimmer of yours, a swimmer of yours at Atlantic City,
student
super
of mine
stud,
as well,
and a student, a great kid on the beach, and he's going to get his first taste of ocean racing tonight in this competition. Some other names that we definitely see here is. Dan Shaw. Got to give a shout out to Grace Emick and Dan Shaw. They got a big day coming up, October 14th, I believe, or 10th. I forget the date, but very excited for those two longtime lifeguards, and we'll see where their offspring goes. Not a lot of people know this, but Dan Shaw is a St. Philip's grad from Brigantine, so his even though he's a veterinary lieutenant, his roots run deep in Brigantine. I'll tell you that.
They live in Ventnor. I'm going to say they're probably going to be Ventnor, but pop Kip, but someday might. You never know.
You'd never know. It's just one of those names that is just. We'll see. It'll be exciting to see.
Going to run through some names here, Alex, of who's participating from everywhere. So from Brigantine, we have Scott Betson, Sean O'Neill, and Myatt Saul. From Atlantic City, Nick Guidera switching up tonight with partner Andrew Gilman and former South Jersey champion Charlie Schreiner. From Ventnor, Dan Shaw, Eric Ruane, the grandson of Chief Bergman, and Brian Falk, and they are off. Brian Falk got 4th in the jerseys. Liam Kennedy, Bruce Hunt, and Jack Sherbin. Tom Krez, Eric Grimley, and Mason Boucher from Longport. One of my colleagues, Frank Christie, rowing for Ocean City with Ellis Kirk, and Liam Garbett from the Garbett family. I'm going to say this crew right here from Upper Township is probably the dark horse to look for here. Ryan Manning, Chase Brown, and Logan Manning. Logan Manning has been absolutely crushing it this summer. Ryan rows at LaSalle University. Chase is rowing this year at Northeastern. Jack Glom, George Glom, and Alex Zolden. The Gloms, they come from a family of rowers. Let me tell you, their father won the jerseys in, I believe, 2000.
There you go with those facts again. Unbelievable.
He won the singles in 2000. It might have been 2001, actually. From North Wildwood, Sean Schubert, Nick Ritchie, Colin McCanney, and from Harvey Cedars, Ryan Corcoran, Don Adams, Nate Costello. From Long Beach Township, Owen Hammett, Owen Finnerty, Phil Seeger. From Cape May, got to give a shout out to my Cape May guys, Xavier Moran, Pat Kennedy, and the super athlete himself, Rob Moran. Rob is a Ventnor resident. He lives 2 doors down from my mother-in-law, so I talk to him about rowing all the time. From Diamond Beach, Connor Gallagher, TJ Kowar, and Drew Henry. From Lavalette, Matt Leotti, Joe Canusio, and Ben Dupree. From Island Beach State Park, Kevin Fisher, Chip Bruce, Liam Adams. And from Wildwood, my man, Brandon Joyce, Christian Slavin, and Lucas Dealey. Brandon Joyce, former Around the Island road champion, so he's got the veteran status here.
So, Sean, walk us through this. These swimmers are swimming out here. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, lane 2 and 14. Looks like they're getting to the flag.
Myatt Saul, he's cooking right now.
He
going
is
out.
Cooking. So what are they going to do right now?
When they get to the flag, they're going to dip the flag, and that is an indicator from the beach that it is time to go. It looks like Atlantic City
and
is
there
off.
Goes Brigantine too.
Brigantine, Atlantic City. Charlie Schreiner, former South Jersey champion. I believe he swims at Boston University. I knew that they were going to be one of the top crews here as well. They dip the flag. They take the bag off, start swimming in. At that point, the boat is going to end up locating them out there, and they're going to hand off the victim or the Goudy's bag to them. Again, this is about getting your oars in, popping the oars, getting out clean, but also finding your swimmer. So maybe a different color cap for them would always help. You can see it looks like Myatt's wearing an orange cap here.
I mean, at 16 years old, he's looking like a professional out there. Finding this boat.
Atlantic City, Nick Guidera there. Nick's a former Temple rower as well. I got to give a shout out to our chief, Tom Krez.
Wow.
And
strong too.
Eric, the ace, Grimley, rowing in the stern. Eric's a school teacher at Ocean City High School, teaches AP history. So he's a captain. I got the captain and chief out there showing how to do it.
Love that. All right, we got one bag in. It looks like Atlantic City's in.
Made that transfer right now. They put it in the bow, which is going to keep that bow weight down. Atlantic City opting to row their older boat tonight. Like I said, it may have been for this race so that you can see.
Oh, we got a collision
there.
Looks like that is not great.
Yeah, and that's part of this. You have to navigate the waters. Up north, it looks like the further crews up north there. Lavalette may have made that transition. Atlantic City on a wave right now. Keep it going, boys. Harvey Cedars as well right behind him. Moving along. Excellent. Picking it off. This is what it's about. So Brigantine, Upper Township, I did say that those boys were kind of the dark horses here. We rode against them in the Thanksgiving Day row. And, you got to keep rowing in that. You got to keep rowing. I would say in these conditions, row it to the beach. Don't jump back, So, but right now it's a battle for second. Atlantic City pretty much has this wrapped up. Got to make sure you get 2 hands on that bag, though. 2 hands on the bag, Nick. So, there he is. Good. Running it through. Congratulations, Atlantic City there. Looks like we have Harvey Cedars, Lavalette, and Upper Township in the race for second place. Dropped the bag. You got Brigantine coming in, Longport coming in. That looks like Dan Shaw with the Irish flag oars from Ventnor.
For years. And as we are coming through.
Yeah, big shout out to Coach Jeff Garbett listening out in Iowa right now. Just sent me a text message. My man Frank Christie running in for
there couldn't be a nicer guy out there racing tonight.
You said it about Mike. Frank's a hockey player.
He is a hockey player, and you know what? He coached wrestling with us this year. Another shout out to Wolf as well. He had a state championship this year, first time ever, Middle Township.
Yeah, that's one of the beauties of this. It's not just collegiate rowers that do this. I got the Avalon rowers. Dave Julian had to get back to football practice at TCNJ this week. That's why he's not racing tonight. Gary Nagel was a wrestler at Ursinus. It's just all well-rounded athletes, and they make the best lifeguards. We've been saying that forever.
Yeah, and it's going to be it's gonna come down to this singles race next. I mean, nobody's really, put up a ton of points to walk away with it. So we're going to be down to the last race again. It seems like every week we're saying that, but it's true. You never know until it's over.
I see on camera right now my nephews, Matt and Andrew Duffy, my brother Brian's kids. I got to give a shout out to them. They absolutely love lifeguard racing. And, I asked them a question. Would you rather see Longport win the South Jerseys or the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl?
Oh.
They said Longport win the South Jerseys. And I appreciate it. I guess we can't get both in the same year, so... But they said they're looking forward to 2031 to be able to try to take Mike and I out. So.
Yeah, same thing. I got my oldest, Rocco, 11. He just got third place in his first open water swim, and he's got 5 years to go, and he's excited. Seahawk swimmer. He's out there. He watches these guys, and I want to say for all the kids out there on the beaches, I remember as a kid, these lifeguards were my heroes. Oh, we got an interview right now. Send you over.
All right, we're here with the winners of the combo race here tonight at the Goudys. We got the all-star team of Nick Cadera, Andrew Gilman, and Charles Schreiner. Guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Charles, what a swim. You gave these guys such a lead out there.
Listen, after last weekend, I knew I really had to turn on the jets, especially with this swim being, about a quarter of the distance. So really just driving those legs home, because I knew I'd get a break out, the flag clipping that bag to my leash. So just driving the legs, giving it as much tempo as possible, and really trying to give these guys as much of a lead to really do what they needed to do.
That's great. Great row, guys. You guys got a great lead, but you really powered out there.
Yeah, it was definitely a great race. I mean, I give a lot of our credit to Charles. Me and Andrew got in the boat this week, changed our training and everything, had to do what we got to do to get this race done with.
Andrew, this is a unique race in that this really tests the rescue skills and the lifeguarding skills. Got to feel great to get the W in something like this.
Yeah, it definitely does. But again, like Nick said earlier, I mean, this is stuff we do on the daily. I don't think there's been really a day where we don't have a boat on. This really isn't nothing new. I mean, but it's nice when you have a nice swimmer like Charles getting us out there.
Wrapping up at the end of the season here, what's next for you guys?
Start training for next year.
Love it.
I mean, obviously celebrate this one, but again, it's always about next year. We're going for the 6-peat.
Absolutely, just getting back in the pool, back in the ocean, training to keep it up for 6, because we've got 5. Let's keep a good thing going.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations, guys. Great victory tonight.
Thank you, man.
Sean and Alex, back to you.
Family owned and operated since 1909, Calvi Electric Company is a staple in the South Jersey community. While earning a reputation for excellence with commercial, industrial, and institutional clients, Calvi has always been committed to service. And now, with the expansion into the residential market, we're able to provide electrical services to all of our neighbors. Whether you have an electrical emergency, need to become code compliant, or just a need to upgrade, Calvi is committed to providing all of our customers quality, competitive services and pricing. No job is too big or too small. Please visit calvielectric.com to learn more about our history and capabilities, or call us 609-345-0151.
What's justice to a team with well over a century of combined legal experience, with over 15,000 personal injury cases won and a 99% success rate? It's a decision to speak up for the vulnerable and help them find their voice. It's a stance to never settle for less than you deserve and always demand the utmost respect, because justice isn't a destination, it's something you work for, you fight for, with every case and every client. At Stampone, O'Brien, Dilsheimer Law, we weren't always the big kid on the block. We know what it's like to be overworked and underappreciated in a community of proud, hardworking people who pour their heart and soul into everything they do. We know that either you run the day or the day runs you. So to all our friends, family, neighbors, and clients who have suffered injury at the hands of another, it's time to seek out the justice you deserve. It's time to seek out Stampone, O'Brien, Dilsheimer Law.
And welcome back. Real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out. We had Bob Bechtel on screen. Bob has started a complete lifeguarding revolution down in Puerto Rico. People drown down there. There is no rescues. He's put cans at the public beaches. He has made a major effort down there to make life-saving part of it. He's taught CPR classes. So big shout out to Bob Bechtel. He's also done a lot with the skis locally.
Oh my God.
Running.
He took a couple of our guys this year and they came back teaching us some stuff. Unbelievable. Bobby's done a great job. Thank you for all the work that you're doing.
New
it's
techniques.
Unbelievable.
So
we got Pat Sherbin right there. And as I'm looking at this lineup, there's a name in here that I haven't seen in a long time, Mr. Duffy.
Let me tell you, the legend himself, Ashton Funk.
Wow, this is going to be exciting to see.
It's been real exciting to see Ashton in some races again this year. He's a member of Diamond Beach. Diamond Beach is kind of like a private beach down in Wildwood Crest. And came on this year, and honestly, like, because of him being there, they invited him to Margates this year. Ashton is there. There's always a spot for him to race. So super excited to see him here. I'm sure he's won the Goudys in the past. He's won the South Jerseys multiple times. I'm going to run through some names here from Brigantine. George Henry.
J.R.
Henry.
Absolute legend is back. You know what?
His
His kids are probably so excited to watch it.
From Atlantic City. First time, I think, rowing singles all year, and he's always someone that you have to look for is Vince Grenice, former South Jersey champion. Matt Spires, he was the winner last year in this event. For eventer, Chris Spires, his brother from Margate. Chris is a two-time South Jersey champion. Gonna say, I got all my eggs in the basket of Mike McGrath, my rowing partner. He's better. He's rocking the mustache tonight. He's won this. He's won this in the past, and he's just coming off a big victory in the South Jerseys. AJ O's from Ocean City. Definitely one to look out for. He got third in the Margates this past year. Will Schulter of Upper Township. JT Fenari of Avalon. Got to be an up-and-comer. Edward Sweeney, North Wildwood. Hader Henry from Harvey Cedars. Fran Capana from Long Beach Township. Zach DeVoe from Cape May. Ashton Funk of Diamond Beach. Kyle Kalawelke of Lavalette. Island Beach State Park is Aiden DeBlasi. And from Wildwood, Vince Fitzpatrick. There's Vince Grenice right now. Nice quick pick. He's got a technique where he kind of chokes up on it. Mike and I have noticed trying to get that rate up. I've seen the Savelle boys doing that as well. Mike, right now he's picking through. So
well, it was funny too because as we saw a couple of the boats that are in the back, it was they didn't get that wave that some of these front crews had.
And
a wave just sort of washed up and picked some of the boats that are out front. Like you said, when it's ocean racing, you know, sometimes King Neptune's with you and sometimes he's not. What do we got rates here, Sean? I know you got the stroke coach going.
Looking like Vince Grenice is rowing at a 37. That's a high pick right now.
That is.
Yeah, Matt Spires and Vince Grenice right now look like they're in the lead. And 42 for Matt Spires. So he's picking along. Mike looks like he's starting to come along as well. And up on the top, you can never count out Chris Spires. You know, Chris Spires, you know, if you watched the South Jerseys the other day, it was just, you know, bow ball to bow ball with Mike all the way in. You know, one swell to the next swell. No one knew at the finish. Vince with a good grab right there. Whew, that can be close.
Yeah.
Got to save your oars.
The oar is still in the boat, though.
Got to save your oars. That's the big thing. Oh, wow. Matt Spires with a quick turnaround. So it's looking like he's the first to get the bag in the boat, put it right under his feet. That's going to be an easy turnaround for the finish. Get that boat around. And it looks like Mike McGrath as well. Mike McGrath coming in nice and quick. Ocean City with a quick grab on the bag. You know, look at this. This is going to come down to who has, you know, the ability to pick off these waves, bring the rate up, and go.
Yeah.
It's looking like up top as well. Margate, this is a Spires on Spires right now. Again, just going after it. If you watch the finish of the AC Classic this past year, it was unbelievable. Two brothers going at it, photo finish. Matt got his brother. Matt picking it off there. Unbelievable.
He's got it.
He just put on a clinic on how to hump a wave. So
he absolutely did.
Listen.
Mike
McGrath in the bow. Look at that. Keeping it going. This is
here comes another wave.
Picking it off. You know, our boat is a little bit light. Got some weight. Look
on
up
the outside.
In
If you don't sheared.
You know, we've had to add about
15.
40 some pounds. So sometimes when you have that weight in the bow, it'll sway around. So these boats have to weigh 325. I'm a big proponent of that 325 as well. You know, all right,
here we go.
Comes.
It's going to be a foot race.
Got it. Look at in the back there. That's Ashton Funk from Diamond Beach. So this is going to be a battle right now. Looks like Matt Spires is going to take the easy victory here. Mike getting out second. And it's going to be a foot race for third between AJ O's of Ocean City and it looks like AJ's got Matt Spires up there. So this
I'll tell you what, AJ, son of Chris, right?
In the family. I'm not sure if it's Chris's brother, but those families been around
forever.
Right. I'm not sure if it's
and
Chris's
he's come
son,
along in the
been around
past
forever.
couple years too.
I'm going to give a good shout out to Avalon Beach Patrol. They've really, you know, get these kids in the boat and, you know, hone that tradition of rowing as well. You can tell when you go to a race like the 6 Mile Bay Row, they'll have about 10 entries in it. And the Hammer Row right now scheduled for next Thursday. That's also the day of the storm, so we'll keep you posted on that. But, you know, good foot race here as well. Excellent. You know, we talk about the end of the summer. To me, we still got 2 races left. You got the Around the Island Row in North Wildwood, which is, you know, that is a traditional race. I absolutely love it. There's 2 races I put on my calendar every year. It's the Around the Island Row and the South Jerseys. You know, and there's crews that come in. I know Doug Davis flies in from Florida in order to race in it with Brett Hansen every year. You know, there's legends that have been made in that race. So looking forward to hopefully having that next Tuesday. We'll see about the storm. Next Thursday, you got the Hammer Row, named after Mike's father. That's a fun, kind of chaotic race out of Seaview Harbor.
I've done it.
You know, and you know, it's open to anyone. So, you know, take a listen for it. So, North Wildwood, listen, I've said this race, you can miss your flag, but good credit to them because, listen, if this is a rescue, you're going to do everything you possibly can to get that victim. And it looks like, you know, this gentleman here has done it. Looks like we have an interview right now with Matt Spires, winner of this year's Goudies.
All right, we're here with the singles winner tonight, Matt Spires from the hometown Ventnor Beach Patrol. Matt, it's got to be great. It's got to feel great to have the hometown win here tonight.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, crowd support behind you. You got all your guards with you. Just happy to come out, put on a good performance, and come home with the win.
Tell me a little bit about your strategies tonight. Was it important for you to get out to that flag first? And not as big a night as we've seen here in Ventnor, but still a little bit of swell out there.
Yeah. I mean, the game plan was try to be first to the flag. I think Vince Grenice from Atlantic City might have beat me there. But I had a clean pickup, good turn, and then got a little bit of help coming in, just humping the swells, trying to get every little ounce out of it that you could. Just try not to veer, keep the oars in the thole pins, and just go from there.
When did you know that you had the separation to win this race tonight?
To be honest with you, not until I crossed the finish line. I peak. I'm really bad at peaking. I peak too much, but I saw my brother down there. I saw Mikey McGrath. Saw Vince Grenice. You know, these guys are legends in the game. So just trying to stay in my own lane and just finish strong.
We have a love-hate relationship with the Goudys. Such a great race. The city puts on a first-class event, but it's the end of the summer. What's next for you now?
Next is probably going to be a little bit of rest. Let the body recover. It's been a long summer training, but it was a great summer. Just already looking forward to 2026, getting back out here and see what we can do next year.
That's terrific. Thanks so much. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Alex and Sean, back to you.
All right, here we are. Beautiful view of Ventnor City right there, the baseball fields. And, you know, as we're finishing this up, we talked about a lot of people today, Sean, and a lot of good people and, you know, what this means to the community in South Jersey. And, you know, we put on these races to demonstrate what we do every day for a living. But we also, these guys do it to win. You know, a lot of these you see Columbia, you know, all these big-time colleges. We mentioned Bucknell. And these guys are going to leave here and they're going to essentially, you know, a lot of Division I, Division II, Division III schools are going to compete all winter long. As you go into the winter as one of the older guys now at the other end, you know, that we are, what's your winter? What would you, you know, tell these guys to do to get in shape in the winter and have a long career like you've had?
First off, I'm going to call myself a veteran, not old.
Well, you know, call you old.
Yeah, the key is just staying active. You know, I'm a phys ed teacher. I try to stay active with my class, you know, throughout the day, all day long. You know, eating well, I've learned that's probably one of the biggest, you know, things is as I get older. You know, I surf a lot. That's probably, to me, one of the, you know, my favorite way to stay active. Yeah, I get in the boat in the winter. You know, if you get a nice day in the winter, it's you know, to me it's relaxing. You know, this fall, that boathouse right there from the Viking Rowing Foundation. You know, I'm in there rowing with masters every Sunday morning. A lot of names that have been, you know, famous in our South Jersey rowing. You know, Coach Bergman gets out in the launch with us as well. Shout out to Chief Bergman, who
greatest.
You know, retired this year, but he didn't fully retire. I saw him on the beach. I go to the beach in Ventnor on my day off because I live here. You know, so.
And you're right. This is a small little ecosystem that we have here because, you know, in the world, nobody really rows boats like these. And the way we train and the way and the amount of years that we've done it is impressive. And I mentioned earlier that doing this is for the community.
Yeah,
is what it is.
It's for the community. You know, my number one thing as we do this, though, is, you know, it's about keeping your community protected. I know there can be some scrutiny under the lifeguards and, you know, what they do, but we try to do our best to keep everyone safe every single day.
Absolutely.
The number one tool I got around my neck right now is a whistle.
Yep.
You know, if you hear a whistle, turn your head, look back, make sure that you're swimming in front of a lifeguard.
Yep.
Swim in front of a lifeguard. We have flags that indicate, you know, it's safe. It's not safe. Don't swim here. Swim right here. Swim in front of a lifeguard. I cannot reiterate that. You know, and the other thing is these young kids coming up, get in a boat, train. You know, get on a paddleboard, get in a boat, and, you know, someday you'll be a young lifeguard on Absecon Island, you know, Brigantine in Cape May County. So.
And that will do it for us here in Ventnor. And once again, thank you for letting us fill in for the great Fran Messino and Megan Holland. It was a pleasure. And Alex Grossi and Sean Duffy.
I had a blast.
We'll see you guys later. And that's it.